So I was searching around TV tropes one day when, on the reconstruction page, I noticed a particular entry. It said that it dual parallel trouble adventure was basically the Evangelion style action without any of the psychological angst and drama. So I thought, hey, why not go ahead and watch it? I finally did, and what I got was a pretty average, but not necessarily great series. Okay, what about the story? The story is about a young boy named Kasuki Yotsuka. He keeps seeing visions of giant robots fighting one another out in the streets, but it seems like he's the only one who can actually notice them. Then one day, he meets a girl named Mitsuki Sanada, who takes him to her father, Ken Sanada, who believes that Kasuki might hold the key to unlocking a parallel world. Due to an accident, Kasuki and Mitsuki then teleport straight to the other parallel world, where the giant robots that appear in Kasuki's visions are real. Soon they discovered that the Earth is being under attack by the Rara Corporation, and the only way to get home is to defeat them so that Ken Sanada of this reality can work on a way to get them through. So they stay behind, meet a couple of interesting characters, and try to defeat the Rara Corporation and save the world. The animation is pretty decent. Nothing good, but nothing too horrible either. The problem is that the show uses both hand-drawn animation and digital animation. This makes pretty scenes kind of jarring, especially the ones that use CGI. Mind you, this stuff doesn't happen too often, but when it does, you can tell. The music is kind of generic, but it has some nice themes to it. The English dub is pretty decent, but again, not great. Jeremiah Friedman and Michelle Ruff do pretty well in their respective roles, but the rest of the cast aren't really all that memorable, with only Kurt Thornton really standing out as Ken Sanada. This show had Evangelion-style action, and yeah, it does, but frankly, a lot of stuff in this show was heavily inspired by Evangelion. Even the ending seems to be inspired by Evangelion, which I won't spoil, but if you have seen either shows, you'll understand what I mean. The only downside is that a lot of characters don't get enough development, and a lot of things are pretty vague. But, you know, it's not really trying to be anything cool, it's just trying to be like this good, quirky, average super robot show. And that's what it is. Again, this show is pretty average, but if you want a safe pick into the super robot genre, this isn't too bad of a starting point.
Actually, I see artifact technology opening up a huge possibility. Yes, and that possibility that I'm speaking of is outer space! Ha! Listen, our ancestors crossed the oceans, seeking out brave new worlds to colonize. This time it's our turn, Kasuki.
Just think about it. It's time to conquer space. The first to colonize the unknown. To travel to the final frontier. The solar system will be our destination!
The final frontier. That would be really cool.
It is the year 0079 of the Universal Century. A half-century has passed since Earth began moving its burgeoning population into gigantic orbiting space colonies. A new home for mankind, where people are born and raised and die.